Good morning and welcome to Trail Grazers, where we focus on great food for the trail and on our adventures as we go out on the trail, either on Blue, our side-by-side, or in our trailer, or just with car trips. It is all about the food and the fun and the adventure. And so we're so glad to have so many of you with us. We appreciate it. So many of you have said and expressed your appreciation for taking you along on our trips because, as you say, you may never get to see this part of the country. And I'm so glad that we can bring that to you. We love our part of the country, but we hope to expand our adventures beyond here, but we'll see what happens. So today we are going to use some of our powdered cream cheese that we did in our video a couple of weeks ago. And I'm excited to show this to you. It's going to be all about schmear. I love that word, schmear. It is a Yiddish word, and it means it is the topping that you spread on bagels. Jim and I really like bagels. They are such a great food to take with you when you go out on adventures. We could take them on Blue, on our side-by-side, or in our trailer. And making the schmear from powdered cream cheese makes it especially convenient because this is, of course, shelf stable. This was our cream cheese, and mathematically we calculated, to the best of our ability in our last video, if you watched that, the ratio of powder to water is 2-to-1. So 1 cup of powder to a half a cup of boiling water. And we also discovered that it was boiling water that is the key to having it reconstitute into a smooth mixture rather than one that is a little bit grainy. So we're going to do 3 different flavors of schmear today. We just got this for our trailer. It is a KitchenAid mini food processor, and it is absolutely perfect for making these schmear, the different schmear flavors that we're going to be using today. And it fits well in our trailer, so we can mix up a batch of cream cheese, and then we can have with us whatever we want to mix in for the flavoring. And of course, I love raspberries, so we're going to try a raspberry schmear today. I might have to get another bowl out. This is so fun. I just thought of another one we might do. Well, let's keep it to 3. And then at the end of the video, we're going to cut a bagel into bites and have a bagel bite party as we taste test these. There will be a waiting time in between segments because we want this, once we mix it up, we want it to cool and to thicken. And when we are doing these, we need to be very, very cautious that we don't carry with the mix-ins too much liquid, so that they don't become more like a dip rather than a schmear. So we're going to start, vacuum sealed. By putting, I'm going to just make small amounts today, just a half of a cup. In each one. There goes my boiling water.
That was definitely a good way to do it.
Because I want these thicker than usual to compensate for the wetness in what we're going to be stirring in, I'm going to use just under 1/4 of a cup of water to make this just a little bit thicker. So probably at least a tablespoon less than 1/4 of a cup, so about 3 tablespoons of water. It's very easy to get these too soupy, so you want to avoid that. So quickly mixing these up. I'm now going to put these in the freezer so that we can cool them down really quickly, and we're going to get started on the mix-ins. The first add-in that we're going to do is from our frozen mix of omelet add-in. And we did a video on this one over on Rose Red. So I will link that video at the end of this video so that you can watch it if you wish. It is a very handy thing to have on the trail. We take this with us in smaller bags, of course. And it is frozen. It was part of our Level Up Your Food Storage theme over on Rose Red when we were integrating our freezer and pantry and refrigerator. And having these in the refrigerator ready to just throw into scrambled eggs or an omelet is just a really great thing. So we usually take a small baggie of these with us when we go in our trailer for making breakfast very easy. So we're just going to borrow this, and this is 3 colors of peppers, onions, mushrooms, and little tiny chunks of ham we got at the restaurant store. They're about the size of BBs, and they're just so handy. We use them for a lot of things. So I'm going to just put in probably 1 spoonful to go in a 1/2 cup, maybe just a little bit more. And we are going to, if I could do this backwards, okay. That's about right. So, that's what that looks like. This is going back in the freezer, and I'm going to put this in the refrigerator till we're ready to use it. Next up, this is a pure experiment, but I love green olives stuffed with pimentos. And I thought that would just be a wonderful savory schmear. So we're going to fish out several olives. That's probably about enough. And I'm going to dry them as much as possible because I don't want that extra liquid mixed in to make the schmear too runny. Oh, I can't resist. And
I'm not sure that's on.
I think it is. I think that's good.
Looks good.
I think it really looks good. It'll be pretty too. So everything is rinsed and dried so I don't transfer any more liquid into the schmear. And we're just going to grab a few of these frozen raspberries. See how that does. Probably too many. Oh, well. Well, here we go. Our Bagel Bite party. So I checked our cream cheese, and it is hardened up beautifully. All of them have. And I'm glad that I used a little less of the water because I think that some of these are going to add a little bit of moisture to it. So here goes our olive mix. So I'm going to start with about half of it. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to need a tougher spoon than that. And I could put this back in the little food processor, but I'm afraid doing that might make this way too runny. Oh, this is perfect, perfect, perfect. I'm just going to put the rest in. This is perfect spreading consistency for this schmear. And look how pretty that is with the green and the orange pimento. And next is the omelet add-in with the peppers, onions, and mushrooms and a little bit of ham. Oh, I'm just can't resist. Just doing the whole thing. Perfect, perfect spreading consistency. And then, of course, my favorite. I can never find raspberry schmear in the grocery stores. I can find strawberry. I'm going to do the whole thing. Oh, oh, yummy. Okay, there we have our 3 schmears. Now, as I have been thinking about this, the way that you could do this on the trail, there are several options. First of all, if your trailer is totally outfitted, the way ours is, you can just bring the raw ingredients and mix it up in your trailer. Because you have electricity, if you have a little food processor, that is just great. So you can boil the water, reconstitute the cream cheese, and add your mix in. If we go out in our side-by-side, then I would want to do the mixing up at home and then pack the bagels with a little bit of ham on the top or tomato or whatever to make little bagel sandwiches with the schmear on the top and the bottom. Ooh, my mouth is watering. And then if we're on a road trip, I would probably pack the bagels, make the schmear ahead of time, and then put the schmear in a little container and keep it in our ice chest until we're ready to go. So this is a very variable piece of information. One of the things that I love about this community is how creative you are, because all it takes is for us to give you an idea, and boy, do you ever go to town on it. When we did our waffle sandwiches last week, I was astounded at the ideas that triggered in so many people. So much creativity in working with waffles. And I bet you can do the same thing with this schmear. So here we go. Tasting. Now the only bagel I had was one that I think it's cranberry, but that's okay. Oh my goodness. Olive and pimento. Savory and nice, tangy. Consistency is perfect. Okay. Now the veggie, which is the omelet, mix in. Delicious. The peppers make it so nice. And they're just bell peppers, they're not hot peppers. And now, I cannot wait to try this one. I think I have successively put larger lumps of the schmear as I've gone down the line. I have to clear my palate. Okay, here we go. There's the raspberry. Well, it's very good. It's not quite as heavenly as I thought it was going to be. It takes a minute for the raspberry to kick in. I know with the strawberry schmear that I've had, you can taste the strawberry right away. So it took a little minute before the raspberries kicked in. And it may be that I need to add more raspberries. Wouldn't that be a sad thing? But it's very, very good. This is a perfect thing to do with our powdered cream cheese, making these schmears very easy, very variable. So have fun with this and enjoy. We will be doing more things with our powdered cream cheese coming up. So thanks so much for being with us. Have fun out there on the trail, and hopefully we'll see you out there very soon. We are de-winterizing our trailer tomorrow. And so after that, wide open to go on more trips. So we'll see you very soon, and hopefully we'll see you out there on the trail.